If you're watching this, if you ended up clicking on this video, okay, good. Here's a couple of reasons why we need to treat men, especially the good people, with more love. My reasoning, number one. Did you know that the suicide rating of men is 3 to 4 times as much as women? In the UK, the United Kingdom, roughly 46,000 men commit suicide per year. That's about 1 to 2 every hour, 8 to 12 every day, 50 to maybe 70 every week, and over 1,000 every year. For a guy, it's not common to get flowers or gifts. When it comes to girls, they get gifts and flowers almost all the time. For guys, the main time they get flowers is either when they have to ask for them or on their deathbed or on their grave. I bet that you could talk to any guy, really, and they'd probably be smiling on the outside, but they would have a world of pain hidden deep, piled up in the back, that they haven't showed anyone. And the last time they tried to show someone, they were ridiculed for it. They were spoken badly for it, or they were let go of for it. I'm 15, and I don't think I've ever gotten flowers. I don't think anyone's ever given me flowers. Whether it was my birthday or anything like that, I don't think I've ever gotten flowers. But I'm always getting other people gifts and stuff because I want others to know that they're cared about and that people love them. You know, as a guy, we grow up in this society where we need to hide all of our pain. We need to throw it in the back, not show anybody about it, because if we do, then we're called weak and we're called unmanly, and the last time I let anybody see my pain, it hurt them. The last time I wasn't happy around people, they thought I was depressed. You know, the last time I tried to be childish, the last time I really tried to be a kid, I think I was maybe 13 or something like that. 2 to 3 years later, I'm still being called childish. I'm still being called weak. And every once in a while, I'm still being called gay. To me, that's an insult. As a guy, it's so easy to get bullied. Believe it or not. I mean, even at a young age, I got bullied. Starting of, I think it was grade 5, for like 2 years, I got bullied. I got isolated, kicked out of groups. People would find someone who was, I think, quote unquote, a better friend or something, or had more interests in the same things than I did, and I was let go of, dropped, tossed like a rock in someone's shoe. It's always the nicest people who have the most pain. Because they understand how meaningful joy really is when it's been stripped away from them more times than they can count. As a guy, you make one mistake and immediately you're judged. Immediately you're tossed aside. Immediately people don't think of you the same. I could have loved someone. I could have cared for them. I could have been kind to them. I could have really, truly wanted a genuinely friendship relationship with this person, and the second I get angry, they think that's the real me. They say, oh, so this is you, this is who you really are, as they toss every other good memory out the window. I made a mistake and got ghosted immediately. I took the next 5 months to work on myself. First 2 were depressed. And even now, every once in a while, I'll still have a memory of the one person, and it'll just bring me down because I know how much pain they've caused me. A lot of the time it gets difficult because I can say something, and because I'm a guy, it is taken very, very wrongly. I can't give an example to you at this very moment because it's 2 in the morning and I'm tired. But just treat men with more love. The ones who actually need it, the ones who act like they don't, but they do. People ask me if I'm sad. People ask me if I'm in pain. And now and then, yeah, I am. And it's probably because I don't really have any friends at all. And that's not including the people I know online. It's the people who actually live around me. I don't know anybody who lives in my area. I don't know, and I don't actually physically know anyone who lives in my city. And that can get kind of lonely sometimes. It hurts. And the one thing I want, the one thing I feel like I need to fill that last hole in my heart is someone to hold, someone to love, someone that I can really truly have a relationship with. That one girl who's going to be my wife one day, and it's painful to think that I'm going to have to wait years to find that person, or God's going to come back and I'll never have the chance to have that person. What's continuous is I think I've had 9 online relationships, and then 1 real relationship, and all 10 I got ghosted. The 9, they just left. The 10th, I made a mistake and I had to move away, and yeah, same thing. It's just, sometimes it's unfair. I know God is with me, but a lot of the time it feels like I'm going through this alone. I mean, of course, I have a lot of wisdom and advice I can give for people now, since I've been through all this pain, but sometimes it really doesn't feel like it was worth it. Sometimes I just go through all my memories thinking how I could have done better, how I could have been better, how if I hadn't made that one small mistake, if I wouldn't have gotten yelled at that day. I know we all deal with this, men and women, but for a guy, for someone who's trying to be a man, it's like there's this standard I have to make up for. There's this standard I have to be at. And if I don't make that standard, then I'm looked at wrong. I'm looked at weirdly, and it just hurts. Hurts a lot. The last time I tried to show someone how I felt, it hurt them. That's why I don't tell people how I am. I smile most days, because some days I genuinely feel happy, but I know deep down there's so much pain I could drown in it. For such a long time, I was called gay, I was called weak, I was called sensitive, and not in a good emotional way. And I got bullied for those things, and so I started to work out, I started to do curls, I started to do push-ups, anything to just get bigger, so people wouldn't try to mess with me anymore. Because before that, I'd get tossed around and I wouldn't be able to do anything, because I would think that, if I did something to this one quote-unquote popular person, I was going to get majorly disliked. And I based my whole personality on I guess, on being liked. I tried to be a people pleaser, and it felt good for a while. Then I realized, after this one time, No, this happened multiple times. I made one mistake, and a friend that I loved very much as a friend, I cared about, and I thought we had a good friendship. They just left. They started hanging out with someone else. They stopped playing games with me, like, stopped going online and hanging out with me. They stopped seeing me. They stopped talking to me. They stopped being my friend. And, it sucks. It it really hurts. It really hurts a lot. There's a saying, if you felt even 1% of my pain, you would die. I don't think I have that saying. If you had felt all of my pain, you would die, but 1%, you'd just be depressed for a while, and then you'd get up and keep going. That's what I always do. Just get up and keep going. I think the last time I truly tried to be childish and creative, I got yelled at for it. I tried to make like a little house, like a little fort made out of chairs. I was 13, so, but, yeah, no, I got yelled at that same night. It's just, it sucks, because when you're creative, or when you see things that you haven't seen before, you have dreams, when you're a little kid, you have dreams, different kinds of dreams every night. I think personally, in the last 3 years, I would say, I've maybe had 40 dreams every other night. I just black out, wake up. Anyways, men have a lot of pain. So before you think that this guy is nice or kind because he's just that way, maybe you understand that he has a lot of pain and that he's been through some stuff that gave him that kindness. I mean, I've been nice and kind my whole life. And that's who I am. I love Jesus Christ, and I love others. But a lot of the time, I'm kind of hated for that. I don't know how, but I am. I guess I'm at that point where I'm so kind or so nice that people think I'm trying to hide something. People think I'm trying to get behind their back or do something without them understanding. I can't just be me. I can't just be who I am. But that's too bad, because I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ, and I'm going to keep being who I'm supposed to be. I'm going to be my Father's servant, my Father's disciple. And when I say my Father, I mean God, of course. But yeah. Sorry I just wasted your time of 20 plus minutes of yapping. I'm going to give you 2 pieces of advice, and then I'll stop the video. First piece is, I don't answer the phone quickly because I'm desperate. I don't answer your texts quickly because I don't have a job or work I need to do. I don't respond to your stuff quickly because I'm always open. I just know what it's like to be let go. I know what it's like to be isolated, and I know what it's like to be alone. And my second piece of advice is, you are not who you used to be. What you do today changes who you are. What you did before, the mistakes that you made, that's not who you are. What you do now will impact what happens today and what happens tomorrow. We only have today, so make sure you give your day to God. Make sure you give your life to God today, because you're not promised tomorrow. You're not promised the day after tomorrow. You're not promised anything. I guess I'm growing a beard or a goatee. Anyways, yeah, Jesus loves you very much. Jesus cares about you a lot. And no matter what, no matter who you think you need to impress, as long as Jesus Christ loves you, as long as God is proud of you, then that's all you'll ever need. If God is all you have, then you have all you need. As a wise man once said. Anyways, thank you for listening. If you did make it to the end, please put a thumbs up emoji in the comments, and I will know who my real viewers are. Oh, my eyes are dark. Tomorrow's church, tomorrow's Sunday, so I'm probably gonna get noticed for because of that. But anyways, have a good night or morning or day, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye-bye.